Hello and welcome back to another video. Getting the hang of the new Forza Motorsport game can be a tricky endeavour, between knowing what car to pick, what assists to go with, and even just the basics of racing. It can seem very overwhelming to first time racers. So in today's video, we're going to cover the basics, not delving into the specifics of what car is best because in all honesty, that is more of an individual preference rather than an overall suggestion. No, more so assists, basic driving tips and how to improve at the game. These tips are more aligned with beginners, but there may be some more advanced drivers that could learn something too, so stay tuned and let's delve into it. So first things first, we need to talk about assists. The number one thing is to ensure your braking assist is turned off, but I'd recommend keeping the ABS turned on. This prevents the wheels locking up under braking, so keeping it on will be better for gaining confidence in the cars before you try to make them harder to drive at a later stage. Throttle and steering should also be unassisted. Whether or not you have an automatic gearbox is up to you, but choosing manual gears early allows you to learn more car control at an earlier stage than if you relied on automatic gears first. Then you have the suggested line. This is a personal preference. Having it on allows you to learn the track quicker. Having it off means it's easier to spot reference points on the track to rely on instead of relying on the line. So we now have our assists. Let's jump on track. If you're virtually brand new to sim racing or racing games in general, don't just jump into the fastest cars on the game because with the best will in the world, it just isn't going to work well. So it's better to practice in a slightly slower car. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about jumping into old F1 cars to begin with because they come with their own set of problems. Choosing a low-level racing car, something like a Formula Mazda or maybe a touring car, will enable you to learn the controls of the game at a much slower speed in far more forgiving cars. I found this Audi RS3 touring car particularly easy to drive, and was quite quickly able to build confidence and subsequently pace in the car. This worked for me to help learn the game, but another car may be preferable for you, so it's better to just take your time and try different ones. First things first though, you need to do some practice. Don't just jump into a race and expect everything to go great because with little to no practice, it won't. So take some time, learn the car, learn the game, and most importantly, learn the tracks. By using the practice sessions, you can make the mistakes with no consequences. There are a few good tracks to choose from. We have real tracks like Silverstone and Forza made tracks like Grand Oak. You can try a range of different circuits to learn different cars, different tracks, and the different types of circuits that you'll be racing on. Once you get more confident and want to get ready for racing, this is where the fun really begins. So you could just jump into a race and hope for the best, but this is motorsport, and hoping for the best rarely ends well. So alternatively, you can use Track Titan to check your telemetry. That's right, we now support Forza Motorsport on Track Titan. You can analyse your telemetry and compare yourself against other drivers around the world to see where you can improve. Sign up with the code Forza Beginner to get 30 days of unlimited data insights, telemetry, and smart suggestions based on your driving. Secondly, and I cannot stress this enough, even if you do have the racing line on, learning reference points on the circuit will help massively. Whether it be braking boards, a change in track surface, or a little side road, knowing your braking point using references from around the track will make your life infinitely easier. So keep a lookout for these references around the track during practice so you can brake consistently every time in the race. Now I know by this point we're all screaming to start racing, so you've got your assists, you've got your cars, you've learned the tracks, and you've checked your telemetry. It's time to go racing. Ideally, you want to start with AI racing, as this will give you a risk-free route to racing competitively. There are no consequences when racing against AI, so if you make a mistake, it's only a computer whose race you're ruining. This will teach you racecraft, this will teach you where the passing opportunities tend to come, and this will teach you the often unpredictability of other drivers. Once you have gone through these beginner steps, there is no reason you're not ready to jump into an online race and play against your friends or strangers from around the world. Just please, for the sake of everybody out there, don't go online until you can keep the car on the track safely. So these are just some of the beginner tips you can use to help you get better at Forza Motorsport. Don't forget, you can get 30 days of unlimited data insights for free when you sign up to Track Titan with the code Forza Beginner. So thank you for watching. I hope you've learned something today and can take it forwards with your own sim racing. But until next time, drive safely and race with respect.